Well, here we go, another weekly update, and if you cannot tell by the sound of my voice, this is not me giving you some silky smooth delivery. I have lost my voice and I'm charging through anyway to document this journey. But the question I had for myself before I pressed record was, am I allowed to complain online? Am I allowed, as I aspire to build a personal brand, as I aspire to build businesses and share the wins and the high moments of business in these videos for you and for me, am I also allowed, which you could maybe let me know in the comments, to complain, to actually communicate the things that aren't going well, that are frustrating, that I'm wrestling with, that are tough? And so we'll find out by the end of this video. If it gets 0 views or 0 likes or whatever, then we'll just keep this one for the books and it can be a part of documenting the journey. If this is your first time watching this, this is a horrendous video to watch because my voice is literally crackly and this is going to sound like I'm complaining a lot. But I'm sharing raw, unfiltered, just updates on my week in business. I run a service-based business and I also co-founded and run a property marketplace startup. And these videos are me documenting the journey, giving you the highs and the lows, and there'll be lots of cracking eyes in this video and everything in between, the learnings of being a business owner. So where do we start? I think I should just start by letting you know everything that's been kind of rubbish this week. On Monday, my eldest daughter was sick, and so she power chucked through the car. It's just amazing. And so my wife, who's also my project manager, also had to take a day off to look after that child. And so I needed to pick up, all of her administrative leadership communication roles for that day, which was will lead to another thing that went wrong. The second thing is that our car was then scraped by another car, or there was an accident happen. Our car was parked and someone tried to parallel diving in head first red flag, and they've scratched up the side of our car. And so now we're dealing with insurance and claims and all of those wonderful things. Then I lost my voice, just out of nowhere. My voice just vanished. It just disappeared. Our sales guy last week, Luke, head of sales, was a bit sick and had things going on in his world last week, and so that really didn't. There's nothing really to complain there. He was sick. The next thing is that my youngest daughter just I got a phone call from preschool saying that she's sick, and so I had to bring her home, and so hence why I'm filming this from home. A lot has happened this week that was not ideal, and I just wanted to share that because although it's not the end of the world, I'm not here saying like, oh, my life's over, and there's people out there doing it way tougher than us. But it still adds weight, it's still frustrating, it adds friction into your week as a business owner. And I'm here on these videos to really share all of the wins and the losses and the learnings. And on that note, I really believe, especially through this week and just the toughness of running a business, is that we learn more from the losses. We learn more when someone fails us, when they let us down, or we learn more when we let someone down, or we learn more when there's just breakdown in business, whether it's delivery or it's expectations or whatever it is, because you can learn things from the wins. But I kind of think that I likened learning from wins like trying to find your aim. Like you might, in rifle shooting, or especially if it's at night and you've got tracers, you might fire off a shot and you'll sort of see, okay, are we on target? We need to realign. Those are kind of the learnings that you can take from wins. You can sort of see, are we hitting the mark? Are we selling? Is our offer hitting? Is our delivery good? Are we getting referrals? Those are the wins that you can sort of pivot your aim or adjust your sights in business. But the true foundational and fundamental learnings in business come from the failures. They come from the losses. They come when you didn't hit the mark, when someone didn't hit the mark for you, when you lost a deal, when you lost a client, when you lose a team member. Whatever it is, it's really the learnings. They deeply come from the losses. And so that's why it's so important to share these types of updates with you and with myself, to process, to actually learn that it's all good to win, and that's what we're all here to do. We're here to win, we're here to achieve, but we will win in greater ways and we will achieve bigger things when we learn from our losses. And so for me, a couple of those losses, I can't take anything from that. I can't stop my kids getting sick, but what I have learned is just the value of health. Health is wealth. it's a tagline you've heard, but truly, like, looking after yourself. And even, I've lost my voice, which I don't think is anything that I did, but it's made me mindful of keeping healthy and the importance of making sure that I'm good, both physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all those good things, to make sure that I'm in order so I can operate. But it's the same for the team, like making sure, like, do they have everything that they need to be healthy in their role, healthy in their position, all of those good things. And so mindful of that. What happened is, when my project manager took the day off and my sales guy was a little bit sick, I sort of assumed some of those roles, and then especially in the project management and finance, I tried to carry some of Hannah's role on Monday. And yesterday I got an absolute telling off because I botched invoices, sent wrong expectations to client, terms, detail. I'd set our team up for a loss. Like, I tried to do all these things for people, which I thought was helping. And here's the biggest learning from this week is Hannah told me, she just said really straight up, was like, let us do our job. You've got to let Luke do his thing, and you've got to let me do my thing. Stop rushing. And so there's kind of a lot in there, and I don't have enough to unpack it because these are meant to be short reviews, but stop rushing and stop trying to do other people's jobs, trying to help. As a leader, the biggest learning I've taken this week is to release people and then truly let them do their thing. I need to be available for question, I need to be accessible for a resource and wisdom and all these sorts of things, but I can't be hands-on, helicopter, managing them. I've got to release people into their roles, equip them and resource them and support them, but give them the autonomy and the freedom to actually work out their own issues, solve their own problems, and build their own weight in the company. And so that's been a big learning this week. So if you're out there, it can be really risky. It can feel a little bit worrying when you're sort of like releasing these roles, but trust me, if you've picked the right person, then let them do their job. They will do it far better than you. So that's my learning. Let go, let people do their thing, release them, and be available and accessible when they need me. My voice is horrendous. I'll wrap it up with saying this, is that I'm also learning through having a bit of a tough week, or just an annoying week really, that I'm super grateful and thankful for my team, for our systems, for our product, for our clients, for the company that we've built, because even though it's been kind of like a rubbish week on paper, we're still growing, we're still sending out proposals, we're still receiving plans, we're still starting new jobs, we're still getting paid. All the good stuff to a healthy business is still happening. And I've got to remind myself that I can feel the loss, I can learn from the losses, but also I can refocus and realign my sights on where we're heading, the good things that are happening, the company that we're building, and we will continue to go from there. So that's kind of this week. It's a holiday tomorrow. I've got a rough throat. Hope this was an okay video to share with you some of the stuff going on this week. And remember, stop rushing, release your team to do their thing, and just back yourself is probably the other thing I've learned this week. So if you've got any questions, or you just want to tell me your voice sounds atrocious, hey, leave me a comment below. Hopefully this was helpful. Have a great weekend, and if you're in New Zealand, enjoy Matariki. Until next time.